guys, here we are with a little video on the recent practice quiz, in case you wanted to watch that again. Okay, midpoint, we're adding our x's, dividing by 2, comma, y's, divide by 2. Okay, we leave it as a point. You don't do anything with those two numbers when we're done. So let's just find one to do here, guys. 8 and -6 for my x's. And then on my y's, I got -3 plus a -11. So this is going to be 2 over 2, comma, -14 over 2. So my point there is 1, comma, -7. Okay? Don't try to do anything extra with that. A lot of the times people will mess that up and they'll try to turn it into one number. Okay? Leave it as a coordinate point. Okay? Let's see the answer key here. So same ideas we should have over here. -2, comma, 5.5. And if you want to go ahead and hit pause and work through this one. Okay, and we'll get -3, -4. But this is the process over here on the first one. Okay, with our distance formula, remember the distance formula, we're going to have a big square root. Alright, we'll have x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Okay, so just got to kind of label, pick a point, which one's going to be 1, which one's going to be 2. So all of these are going in for the 2s. So x2, we're going to have 2 minus 5. And -2 minus 2. Okay, so this is going to be a -3 squared and a -4 squared. Alright, if you're typing that into the calculator, make sure you're using parentheses around those negative numbers. Otherwise, the calculator, is going to give you a wrong answer on that. Okay, so -3 squared is +9. -4 squared is 16. We're looking at the square root of 25. And I can do the square root of 25, 5. And we're only going to take the positive because that's what we look for. We look for positive distance. You don't ever say like, oh, it's -5 miles away from something. Okay? Distance is positive numbers, so we're looking for just the positive answer. Okay, at number 5, you should be coming up with the square root of 100, which is going to be 10. And for 6, we should get square root of 130, which we can't even break it down, so we leave it alone. Okay? Number 7, meat and potatoes here, the big money problem. For what's going to be kind of like this one on the quiz. Okay, a lot of points here. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so we start off by completing the square. So we're going to put parentheses around our x's and factor out what's in front of the x squared. 4 times x squared minus 6 now, plus blank, plus 29, and then another blank. Okay, to complete the square, we do half of this, so -3 squared makes it +9. So it's like I added 9 here, but wait, it's times 4. So 9 times 4 is 36. So really it's like I added 36. So I have a plus 36 extra going on now. So I need to have a minus 36 to balance that out. Okay? Half of -6 was -3. -3 squared was +9. But we have a multiplier in front. So adding 9 inside these parentheses is like adding 4 times 9. It's like adding 36. So I had to subtract 36 to balance out that plus 36. Okay? Now we're going to bring it down to parentheses squared. It's always half of this, so x minus 3. And then over here we have plus 29 and minus 36. That's going to be a -7. Okay, so coordinates of the vertex. We should have 3, comma, -7. Remember, it's opposite of what's in here, so it's going to be a +3, -7. Let's go ahead and plot that out. +3, -7. Okay. Focus. Okay, it's a tough one. Okay, it's a y equals, so I know it's going to be up or down. Okay, it's a positive multiplier in the front. It's a positive a, so I know it's going to be going up. So my focus is going to be on top here somewhere. Normally, we'll have our c value, our distance between the vertex and the focus. This time we don't. This time we have the a value given to us. Remember, our formula is a equals 1 over 4c. Normally we have the c, the distance between vertex and focus, or vertex and directrix, and we're trying to solve for this one. This time we have a first. Okay, we can multiply c up to the top, divide that 4 down to the bottom, and it'll be 1 over 4 times 4. C equals 1/16. Okay, so the distance between my vertex and my focus is going to be 1/16. Oh, so close together. Okay, so close together. So if I'm looking at this, -7, and I go up this 1/16, that's going to be 3 comma -6 and 15/16. Barely above that at all. Okay. Same thing with the directrix. Okay, remember it's the same distance, just it's up for one, down for the other. So this 1/16 is going to be 1/16 below. Okay, for my directrix. So 1/16 below -7, it's going to be -7 and 1/16. So those two right there were probably the two toughest parts of this problem, because we've been doing a lot of this. We haven't done a whole lot where we had to get the focus and the directrix just from this equation. Okay, axis of symmetry. All right, it's an up and down one. So it's going to be x equals whatever your x coordinate is of the vertex. Okay. It opens up because we have a positive a value, right? Positive 4 times, so it's going to open up. And then graph. Okay, so our vertex is here. Okay, it's y equals x squared. So normally if I go out 1 on my x's, 1 squared would be 1, so I would go up 1. But I have a times 4. Okay, so I'm going to go out 1. 1 squared is 1. Times 4, I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and if I were to go out 2, normally 2 squared is 4, I would go up 4, but it's times 4 this time, with that 4 times multiplier on it, I would go up 16, that's not going to fit. So this is as good as we're going to get. It's going to be really steep. It's going to be really steep. Okay, do your best you can there to round that out. All right. Okay, this is it's the same idea, but it's going to be sideways. All right, we can get started on here. I might not graph it, but I don't want this video to be forever. We'll factor out the -4. Okay, half of 2 is 1. 1 squared is 1. So I added 1, but it's times -4, so it's really like I added a -4, so I need to add a positive 4 to cancel that out. Or to balance it out, I should say. We're not trying to cancel it, we're trying to balance. Okay, that'll reduce down to y plus 1 squared plus 5. Alright, so this is a sideways one, it's an x equals, so this is tricky here when you're doing your vertex from this. This is not the x. We're so used to jumping to the parentheses and doing that as my x. This is the x. 5, comma, -1. Okay, my number in the front's a 4, so it's going to be the same concept as last time here. We're going to have a -4 equals c over 4. 1 over 4c. Okay, it's going to be 1, c equals -1/16. -1/16 doesn't really matter. It's going to be a 16th because we're going both ways. Okay? So my vertex is at 5, 1. negative 1, negative 1, 5, negative 1. Okay? And so my focus, let's see here, we got a negative 4. It's a sideways one, left or right. Okay, it's a negative multiplier in the front, so it's going to go to the negative side, so it's this way. Okay, it's going to look like that. So my focus needs to be on the left by 1/16, and then my directrix is going to be on the right by 1/16. So 1/16 to the left there is going to be 4 15/16, comma negative 1. Turn stuff in.
Well, I had a question about one thing, and then yes, you can do something.
Alright, you going to give me like 2 minutes? And I'll finish. Okay. And then we'll skip down here to directrix. That's going to be 1/16 to the other side of it. So it was at 5, so let's add another 16th. We'll go 5 and 1/16 then. Okay. Parabola is going to open left, we said. We'll graph it. Okay. Kind of cheat a little bit, turn sideways. Normally we'd go over 1, up 1, but it's times 4. Well, negative 4, that's why we're going this direction. So it's going to go over 1. 1 squared is 1 times 4. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, if we were to go out 2, it's going to be off the graph. So do our best from here. Okay, axis of symmetry, don't miss this. Right down the middle, that's y equals, and it's going to be the same y coordinate then as our vertex. Let's come on down here and do just one of these. We'll do just one of these on the bottom. These are right off the previous worksheet, that 9-2 worksheet we already did, so this shouldn't be too bad. Let's do one of these. So my vertex is 0, negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And my focus is at negative 3 7/8, so just 1/8 above it. So your C value is going to be 1/8. You already know that. We're going to have x minus 0 squared minus 4. We need to find our a. Remember, a equals 1 over 4c. C is an eighth. 4 times an eighth is going to be a half. 1 over 1/2 should be 2. Now, is it a positive 2 or a negative 2? Our focus is above our vertex, so we're going to be going up. So it's a positive 2. We don't need that minus 0. Okay, so we have that. We can graph it. We go out 1. 1 squared is 1. We're times 2 this time, so up 2. If we were to go out 2, 2 squared is 4. Times 2 makes it up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the same amount on the other side. And we can have our graph there. Missed my directrix, didn't I? 1/8 below it, so that's going to be negative 4 and 1/8. Okay. If you're doing this one for fun, let's give you, well, here's just a sheet. We'll cover up that when it's wrong. Okay. This stuff should be right. If you want to hit pause on that. And after that, you should be ready for the quiz. Good luck, guys.